Alright, let's make this a lot of fun.
Alrighty, so today I want to talk about character loyalty in like fighting games, and just talk about, is it good, is it bad, the pros and cons from it. And because it's a thing that people have, that people, everyone does it and people talk about it and all that. Is it beneficial for you to stick with a character no matter what, like no matter what tier they are, no matter how good, how bad? Is it really good? Now, of course, there are aspects that come into that. You like a character, do you like the way they look, their moves, all that. There's just so many like gray areas about it. But I kind of want to cover some matches like from the past that kind of signify differences in character loyalty versus just playing the character and be like, all right, cool, I can smoke you. So the first instance of this that I want to talk about, or I want to show, is Kazunoko versus Daigo, the CBT 2015 Grand Finals. So this was the last year of Street Fighter 4, I believe. At this stage, I didn't play much Street Fighter 4, but I kind of knew who was good and who was not good. Like, Evil Ryu was good and Yun was good. Both of these characters were definitely good. I believe they were top 5 or top 10. I could be wrong, but these characters are mad good. And to give you context of like why these people chose to play these characters, I believe Daigo just plays like a lot of Shotos or Guile or something like that. He tends to play kind of cheap characters or something like that, but he just plays what he likes. Kazunoko, I think, is more known for playing kind of cheap characters and rushdown heavy, so he plays a lot of rushdown heavy characters. He plays Cammy in Street Fighter 5. He messed with Seth. He played Yun. He plays a lot of good characters. And before this time, Daigo was definitely like a Ryu player, none crazy. But then he switched to Evil Ryu when Evil Ryu came out. So it kind of thinks to yourself, like, what can Evil Ryu do that not Daigo, but Ryu can, So we can just look at like one round, right? So you saw that damage, right? That was from a mess up up kicks, or I think it's called DP. I'm pretty sure it's DP. But then he got crouch strong, stand fierce, stomp, crouch strong, Tatsu, DP. So Evil Ryu, I believe, is known for mad good damage and like just being like super strong. And I'm just thinking to yourself, like, why wouldn't Daigo, just pick his character Ryu, like his own boy? But it kind of that thing is like, should I just pick the stronger character? Like, is it bad to do that? So I want to cover something to talk about. So we're gonna discuss this, right? So we're gonna be like pros versus cons, character loyalty, right? I feel like this is pretty interesting. So let's start with the pros, right? What are the pros of playing like one character? One, you're very good with that character. First off, playing like one character throughout like multiple seasons or years helps you develop like really good awareness for playing that character. Like, for example, I can put myself, right? I've played Juri for 5 years now, and I got a pretty good grasp, I feel like, of Juri. I think she's pretty interesting, pretty fun. I like the way she looks and everything, and I think it's not too bad. And so I'll say like very good character, maybe habits, probably the best word. I would say like another pro is that you're kind of not necessarily well-rounded, but understand matchups. You understand certain matchups, and when you play like one matchup with one specific character, you're kind of be like, oh, I know this and no one can tell me otherwise. Like, you have that knowledge of, oh, I know what to do and I'm thinking about it, and my character, like, but the frame data, the tools and everything. So it just helps that you understand that concept and you understand what to do. Screw you. What's another pro, chat? Tell me another pro. What'd you come back into? We're talking about pros versus cons, character loyalty. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, I would say well known. You're well known for that character. There's a thing of popularity or something like that where people know a character, especially when they see one. For example, everyone knows me as the Juri player, especially when I go to tournaments or something. People are like, oh, just a kid, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, that, but, I'm trying to differentiate myself because I try to play a bit of Rashid. I played a bit of Cammy, and I'm playing Seth as well. So it never hurts to play another character, but you gotta keep in mind, if you're playing one character, you may not notice until later on, but you may gain a little bit of well-known like popularity a bit if you're playing one character. And I would say probably another kind of pro-ish, but some may not know the matchup. So like with this, I feel like that people aren't sure of how to approach a character. For example, I can give a character like what's an uncommon character? Someone like Nash, right? If you run into a character specialist who's very good with Nash and they're just smoking everyone, and let's just say people are like so confused, right? Or no, better yet, no, screw Nash. Let's not even say Nash. Let's say all of a sudden Akira comes out and she's trash or something like that, right? And then not many people are playing her. Then all of a sudden you run to that one guy and he's like mad good. He's putting thousands of hours into Akira. He knows how to play. He knows all the setups and everything. Your opponent's going there like, what the hell are you doing? I don't know what's all this? Is this plus? Is it negative? When you're thinking to yourself, oh, I know what this is. I know how to do all that. It just gives you that confidence of like, I know what I'm doing. You better have studied the matchup. So unless you know this matchup and unless you know there's certain situations and everything, your opponent's screwed. Like, let's be honest. There are times where I've smoked people and they don't know the jury matchup. They literally told me after, it's like, hey bro, I don't know the jury matchup. Can you teach me? They've done that to me. And I'm like, okay, sure, I'll definitely teach you. But having that confidence and having that unpredictability, like for them to figure you out, is just so good on your part. So now let's talk about the cons of having character loyalty, right? So one con is definitely like not diverse. You are not diverse in getting counter picks, understanding how to approach bad matchups and everything. Or not necessarily an approach, but more like you choose not to have a secondary to cover your bad matchups and try and focus on multiple characters, you know? So you just want to go with one character, and that's that. I would say another one is you are definitely struggling, because if your character, I would say right now in Street Fighter V, if your character has like 10 bad matchups, maybe 10 to 12, right? Because there's about what, 40 something characters in this game. Personally, for me, I think it's like 10 to 12, maybe like 15. If you don't have that many bad matchups, I feel like you're struggling. And it's hurting yourself because you choose not to either play another character that, is better or like has more tools and everything. And it happens with a lot of characters. Like, for example, the one Ryu got nerfed, when Ken got nerfed, when Nash got nerfed, like they just struggle. And some players refuse to change up and adapt to the situation, and we're stuck. They were just basically stuck, you know? They were kind of just like, I'm gonna just play this character. You know, it kind of hurts when you're struggling, because then you're like, bro, this shouldn't happen and all that. The soul comes out and everything. So it just, you know, it sucks. Sometimes it sucks like that. I would say another one is, what is it? You're stubborn. This is definitely like a big thing in video games in general. People are very stubborn. Let's be honest. People are so stubborn when it comes to playing something or something like that. Because if you, like, let's say, okay, I can give myself for example, right? So season 3, right? Obviously I played Jury and all that, but in the back of my mind, it was like, pick Rashid, you know? And I didn't listen to it till like late season 4, because Rashid was still good. And it was kind of like, bro, why aren't you just picking another character? Because I like Rashid. I was like Rashid player before Jury came out. And I just didn't listen to the back of my head. I was too stubborn on trying to make Jury work, you know? I was really too stubborn to be like, all right, you know, sometimes you need a change. I didn't want to change. I was just I just wanted to be on a one-track mind, be like, I'm picking this character and I'm making it work. Even though she was trash in season 1, she was meh in season 2, and she got slowly better. But it was like, imagine, like, for example, if I went to Street Fighter League and I had a good Rashid. If I had a Rashid almost as strong as my Jury, people actually be like, bro, he has counterpicks and everything. So being stubborn when it comes to character loyalty just shows how it can affect like your gameplay or your mindset. Because sometimes being stubborn is not the way. It is so not the way. And take it from a first-hand account. Do not be stubborn. And probably one more, probably con, I would say. What else could I say? Chad, what is another good con for character loyalty? You know, I'll let you guys pick this. This is a fan deciding one. What do you guys think? What do you guys think is a con, like a serious con about character loyalty? You know, because it's just a thing that people have, but it can hurt you. It can get boring. Yeah, it definitely can get boring playing the same character over and over again. That's kind of like falling in with the diverse kind of thing, because for example on streams, if I see just Problem X playing Bison and smoking everyone and everything, I may get hype a bit, but once I'm like, all right, I know Bison stuff, unless you have some hype, I'm not gonna be like, you know, I gotta be there for the character or something like that, or not the character but the player. You want to be there for the player, but sometimes players tend to make their character speak louder, and I feel like if you're playing, for example, if I was playing Jury, right? If I was playing Jury every single one of these days and y'all kept tuning in and you kept seeing the same old Jury stuff, you're like, bro, I'm not even trying to watch you anymore, to be honest. It's just like, it gets dull. Soon enough, the player may feel worn out because they keep playing the same thing over and over again. Some may not, but I would say like not as entertaining. I probably could work this better, but I would say for now this is the best way to say it. But yeah, this is kind of what is it? Yeah, this is definitely a good one. Lack of knowledge. Yeah, you definitely can be lack of knowledge. Like what is it? So when I first grabbed Seth, right? I was confident, like, yeah, I was gonna play this character. Yeah, I think Seth is fun. But, you know, Jury got some stuff as well, so I had to play Jury, of course. But it's just like, if you don't have the knowledge of other characters and how to play them, you may get smoked. You know? You need to understand, and a lot of these cons kind of like work hand in hand together, you know? Because the lack of knowledge may be to a thing of stubbornness, and the stubbornness could lead you to be struggling. And eventually, once you struggle, you're not as entertaining. You know, they all kind of like fall in line together, because it just all works like that, you know? And I just feel like this happens with a lot of players, and you gotta need to understand, like, sometimes it never hurts to lose a couple of points on rank to understand a character. Like, I've done it, Brian F done it, Shine done it, a lot of players have done it. That's just a few examples. It never hurts to learn something new, you know? It's kind of like real life. You want to learn something, go for it, bro. You may suck at it in the beginning, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes almost second nature, you know? So yeah, character loyalty is something that can both be good, but also have negative effects. So just keep in mind, you know, you'll develop good habits with the character. You understand how to do stuff. You understand certain matchups better than people. You can be well known for it, and some may not know the matchup, so you may get away with some stuff. But keep in mind, you're not as diverse. All right, you don't know all the stuff for like all of the whole game or the whole cast and everything. You could be struggling, especially during bad matchups and everything. And you also are gonna be stubborn if you continue to just pick the same character over and over and over again. It's kind of tedious to keep doing this, because then you're gonna run to a brick wall. All of a sudden you're gonna be like, bro, I can't beat this guy, I'm leaving and everything, you know? And you may not be as entertaining if you keep doing the same stuff. So it never hurts to try something different, you know? Just, you know, think about it, especially if you're a content creator. If you're a content creator or player or something, and people keep seeing like, bro, why you keep just doing this? Try something else, bro, you know? And also a lack of knowledge. If you don't know some stuff and you're just like, bro, if my character can't do this, then I'm not trying to learn or something. You may not know, like some later down the line, all of a sudden people discover something with your character, like, hey bro, you know, you should try this. Can work well both ways. Lots of knowledge equals more study. Yeah, it's just like, you know, there's pros and cons, I would say. Now this is just overall pros and cons of character loyalty, just in general, you know, just in general, what I think. You know, some of this may be chat, but I feel like this is a good list, you know. It may be in a most well, like, I would say educated type wording, but I feel like these are not bad pros and cons. But yeah, this, I've done this, I've experienced this, I still kind of do. But you know, we're all human. Sometimes we never change, sometimes we do. It just all depends.